I'm going to start with a circle. Okay. Actually, I should have made that bigger. I'm going to use 3 lines here. Okay, so we'll start with a circle here. Make one big enough where you can see it. Because we'll go through we don't have to make it small. Just we'll do one here, and then we'll pick another shape and put it over here. So let's pick I think I'm going to go with this shape right here. You can pick your own once again. Okay. Now you can make it as big as you want or as small as you want, and then use these little lines right here as your guides, okay? If you don't have a piece of paper like this, an easy way to make it is to take you a ruler, and then you just basically, what I did was I'll just make lines with the inch marks all the way down on paper, and then I'll do it again over here, and then I'll just kind of connect the lines in between, just something like that. All right, so what we're going to do here now is we're going to go to the next portion, and you can see instead of using the shape in its basic form, what I've done was I've rounded the corners, or they have rounded the corners of the shape. Okay, so we're on line number 2. So we are now just not drawing with, these already came round, but I guess just to do a demonstration from here, right, we're going to go to here. Something where the corners of the shape are rounded off. Okay? All right. Now, what we're going to do with our shapes that we have here, okay? So if you want to just erase your corners and just make them rounder, you can do it that way. This way we don't have to, you don't have to use a whole great deal of paper, all right? Now, what we want to do is somewhere in the middle of this shape, usually, or wherever you want your eyes to be, right? So let's do this. Let's draw, I don't want to draw a line there, but let's just do this center line here. Whatever line is, I'm going to use this line right here, and I'm going to add just some simple little ears there. 1 and 2. Over here, I might add make my ears 1 and 2. Okay? Now, this is once again the basics of drawing a caricature. If you can't make the person look like them by doing it like this, then no matter how fancy you make the lines or how much you try and put colors and shadows and all this stuff in there, you're going to wind up with a very time-consuming piece of art that doesn't resemble that person. Okay? Believe it or not, it's the simple things that make us look like us. It's the simplicity of the way we were designed. And I know it's hard to fathom that. Sometimes we think I think, we life is not hard. This is what me and my brother always talk about. Hello, Tim, if you're watching this morning. And it's not light, but we make it hard. We start thinking we want to overthink the process, and then we start adding steps and doing too much, and then it winds up not right. So this is the reason for this exercise. I need your undivided attention. Pay attention. Okay? All right, so now we have added ears to our shape, okay? So let's go down our paper a little bit more, okay? Now, watch this. We're going to add hair to our shape, okay? All right, why is it doing, okay, I'm not sure. Okay. All right, here we go. So we're going to add hair to our shape. So you can pick whatever hair you want. Let's say with this shape right here, I'll make another shape inside of my shape, right? Okay. Okay. And then I'll make another shape right here. Okay, right? And then, right, I'll put a little bit of hair on the top of my shape here. See how I'm making shapes? And then I'll add a little bit of hair right here on my shape. And pay attention to where I'm doing it in the lines. Okay. And over here we can take a guy, and I don't want to give him no hair, because I really want to make this guy into me, because he already kind of looks like me, right? But I guess what I'll do with him is I'll make these into little a little headphone. Let me see how my headphones look. Wait, there we go. Can you see my headphones now? Okay, so I'll do something like this. This is my little headphones. Okay. In other words, we taking it back to kindergarten, man. We going way back in the time, man. Way back in the time. Okay. All right. Well, see, um, hey, what's going on, La Rocha? How are ya? Welcome to the stream. All right. Good morning. All right. So I've 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 put some hair on my caricatures, right? So now I'm gonna add eyes, nose, and a mouth. Okay. Now I want you to pay special attention to how simplistic the shapes are. If someone, let's say this lady here has big, I'm gonna take these eyes over here. She looks sad right there. I don't like sad cartoons. So we'll use the same shapes, right? Look how simple my shapes are. I'll go right here. Remember we said this is where our eyes are gonna go, right? So somewhere around that line, either intersecting with it, down below it, or above it, as long as it's next to that line, you can draw it, okay? All right. So you can draw it there. So I'm gonna draw two shapes here. One, I'm gonna draw my eye shape first. Two, right? Okay. Then we got 3 and 4, right? Then we got a nose shape that's gonna go on this line right here. 1. And then we're gonna give her a smile that does like this. We're gonna brighten her day up. Okay? And then let's give her some little eyebrows. So we'll put the eyebrows like in between these two lines here. Okay? And then we'll just color in our little eyes there. Okay? You see how we did it? And then we can put a little line here and a little line there. Okay? And maybe she has some eyelashes. We'll just draw some simple little eyelashes. Okay? Now, if we draw a caricature of somebody and it looks like just that simple, I've seen people be, as many years as I've been a caricature, I've drawn, when I first started drawing my caricatures, literally, it was too complicated at first for me because I was a portrait drawer. So I used to draw portraits all the time. And so I would overdo it. I would try to I would be doing all this mess here and, and then trying to shade it and, right? And 5 years later, I'm still drawing the same picture. Okay? That's not what caricature is. It's not a portrait. It is Pictionary of people's faces. Oh, I'm going to coin that. Did I just say that? I just said that. I got to write that down. Where's my book? Okay, wait. Pictionary. Don't you steal my idea. I said it first. Don't you dare think about Pictionary like that. Pictionary of the face. Okay. Yes. Okay. So now this guy over here, I'm going to make him look like me. So I'm going to give him this shape right here. Watch. See how I'm going to make my shape simple. I'm not going to do nothing. Watch. This is Rowser's eyes, right? Okay, watch. And then this is Rowser's nose, right? And then this is Rowser's smile. And I'm gonna put my teeth. I'm gonna make maybe I should make a moony shape. Okay? And then watch. This is Rowser's mustache. Okay? And it's sometimes I have to look at myself because I don't know what I look like. Okay, look. Then we're gonna give him my hair, so we'll put some hair here. Okay, and let's just draw a straight line. Okay, let's give Browser some eyeballs here. Okay, and I'll do like this with my eyes because I have light colored eyes, so I'll just draw like a little circle in there like that. Okay, and then I'm always doing this. My wife says I'm always, because it's like I'm always surprised at things. I don't know. Oh, this is oh wait, wait. Somebody asked my T-shirt design. There we go. Voltron. Voltron, the defender of the universe. Okay. All right, and then we'll put some eyeball brows there. So look. Okay. So you see, guys. Okay. So the first thing I want to do here is I'm going to draw this picture for you guys, okay? So we can start a number of ways, okay? I can start by I can go to the center line here, wherever I know my eye line is going to be at, right? And I can start from the outside and work in, or for the inside and work out, okay? So let's see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start about right here. This is going to be my center line, okay? So with my pencil, I'll go ahead and I'll just make a little line here so you guys can see in cartoon land where I'm going to be starting. Now remember, I told you that here is where, when we did these drawings here, we said where the ears go, right? Where the ears go, right, the eyes will follow, okay? They're never too far behind, okay? That's a rule. So I'm going to show you something. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to figure out, well, do I want more space at the bottom or top of his face? Well, because he has a round face, I really want to, this drawing, you want to keep it symmetrical. So you don't want to go bigger on the top or the bottom. You want to, that's what I would do in this particular drawing, okay? So I'm going to show you something. So I'll go here, right? And I'm going to put his saggy cheek line, right? And then I'm going to the saggy cheeks, right? I'm going to come around to about this line here, okay? And then I'm going to do something like this, and I'm going to go center line here, okay? And then I'm going to come over here, and I'm pretty much just mirroring my steps, okay? You get it? Now here, I'll go ahead, because this is my center line. I can see where my neck is going to kind of be at. You see where I'm at right here? Now his face is a little bit more turned this way than that way, so you can see I put less face on this side than on that side. You get it? Okay, because the face is turned. Okay, so that's how you know how to draw the 3/4 drawing. Okay, all right. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to remember to draw those ears. Remember where this is my eye line, right? So this will be my ears, one, right? And they're going to come down. But to make it kind of funny, I'm going to make the earlobes come way down to the bottom of the face. Remember, in a cartoon of an older person, okay, remember, they say when you get older, the only thing that stops drawing the only thing that never stops growing is your ears. That's why old people look like they have incredibly big ears. And thus, I wear big headphones now. Okay, so over here, we'll do the same thing. Okay, watch. And I can tell that they're even because I'm looking at my earlobes in relation to the line here. So I can see that, okay? Now, I want to go to the top of the page. How many lines did I use to draw this picture? How many spaces did I use? I used 1, 2, 3 spaces, okay? So in order to keep it symmetrical, or in order to make a circular head, then I must go 1, 2, 3 spaces up here, okay, right? So let's see if I'm right. If we go 1, 2, 3, let's go ahead here and we're gonna make another little line here. So this is gonna be where the top of our head is gonna be up here. Okay? So let's see how that works out for us. So I'm gonna put a curve up here. Okay? And then I'm gonna kind of bring it down. Okay? And then I'm gonna draw some little hair coming off the side like that. Look. Okay? And then look, then I'll go ahead and I'll connect my line to the hair. Okay? Oh, we forgot to put this in the line here. Okay? Hey, look at that, guys. Real simple, right? Okay? Now, let's go ahead and we're going to start working on our inner features, okay? Now, the nose. Remember the nose? Remember the eye line? Remember we started here. So what I'm going to do is from here in the center, I'm going to draw a curve out, right? Okay, one space down. And then I'm going to bring another line. I'm going to come around. And I'm going to draw a simple nose shape. Okay? Just like so. So I'm basically hanging my nose off of my eye line. Okay? All right? Now, sometimes the nose, in some people, because they have incredibly long noses, the shape of the face, first of all, would be different, but they might start with the line up here, but that's up to you as the cartoonist to figure out how you want to do it, okay? So if you want to emphasize that nose and make it longer, maybe you might start from here and hang your nose off of this line, and then that's what you'll start doing your drawing from, okay? All right. Do I have? Oh yeah, I have. Yo tengo mi esposa es de Mexico. Todo mi familia en el lado de mi esposa hablan en español. Mi abuelita habla en español solamente. so, so todas las mañanas yo hablo con ella en español. I was telling him, guys, that I do have family members that speak Spanish. In fact, on my wife's side, everybody speaks Spanish. My wife's actually Mexican, so I'm always hearing Spanish around me all the time. So, my grandmother, which she's 95, she just turned 95, so she lives with us, and so she's from the Yucatan, so she only likes to speak Spanish. She speaks Spanish, everything. You know, she understands very little English, so I have to speak Spanish to her all the time. So that's how I learned. Plus a little personal initiative, because I kind of knew Spanish before I met my wife. That was the reason that she thought I was an international Mac, right? When she met me, she's like, "Oh, you speak Spanish?" I was like, "Sí, sí." Yes. No, my wife didn't teach me Spanish. No. Okay, so let's go ahead, guys, and I'm going to draw the eye. Well, I can start anywhere, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm gonna draw the eyes real quick. So remember, the eyes start on that middle line. So watch what I want to do. Watch the trick. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you. Listen to what I am seeing. All right. It looks, he has small eyes, right? Okay. Now, if we want to draw small, we want to take up a little bit of space on this line. See this line in between where we started and where the face is ending? That means because his eyes are small, we don't want to make something that's super huge. We want to do something like this, and also that kind of tilts down. So watch, I can use this line, I can come up, and then I can go down. Because that shows me my tilt. Look, I can come up, I can go down. Look at my tilt on the line, because I came off of the line, then I dropped down. So that can tell me, and how far I want to tilt, that's up to me as the cartoonist, okay? Okay. So now I'm gonna do my eyebrow, I'm gonna do the brows real quick. Well, let's do this. Let's make this line here to kind of connect them. Okay, right? And then we're gonna do something like this, just to, right? Because he's an old guy. You can see the lines around his eyes. So I'm keeping all my shapes simple. A little circle there, little circle there. Okay. Now I'm gonna draw the eyebrows. Okay. Now look how his eyebrows are very close to his eyes. Okay. So, and they almost seem very dominating, right? So next to his eyes. So what I'm gonna do here is I want to use, I want to make those kind of thick in comparison to his eyes. So I'm looking at this space in between here. You see this space right here? This space right in between there, that line. I'm gonna do something like this. I'm just gonna make something that looks like it. Okay, look. See that? Pretty awesome. Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna put the glasses in. Now, how do I get those glasses to fit right? Now that's a question. All right. So let's look at where those glasses actually start at. Now, let's look at it like this. What I would do, I want to start them glasses way up here on this line up here. See this line up here? Look. I'm gonna start them up here. Okay. This way, when I bring it down, watch. Okay, look. See my lines are telling me everywhere to go. It's like following a map on a highway. If you're a good map reader, this is gonna be awesome. Okay, for you to follow along with. Okay, so now we want the side of our glasses to come somewhere in between here, right? Because we want to keep it up high, and then down here, remember, see how close to the bottom of the eye, the bottom of the glasses are? So when I bring it around, I want to bring it around about right here. Okay? And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. Okay? Because what you do to one side, you must do to the other. Like, like algebra for you guys that paid attention to algebra class. Okay? And then look, now I know where to put my other little piece over here. There we go, right? And then look, now we can do our little shape here that comes down like that. Okay? Now let's put a little circle inside of here. We're just going to kind of reinforce our glasses. So you want to keep it simple. And this little technique that I'm showing you guys even works when you're drawing bodies, when you're drawing cars. It doesn't matter what you're drawing. I can use this piece of paper and never have to draw a guideline on the paper. Just having it underneath there so I can see. Your brain works better when you have a point of. I'll tell you what. I'm going to use I'm going to use a situation. We human beings, this is kind of how our brains are wired, and this is why sometimes we have problems. Sometimes in our faith. You guys know I'm a Christian artist, and I'm always talking about, God and faith and how do we believe, right? Well, human beings our minds are programmed to think in terms of beginning and end. So we have to have a point of reference, and then we have to know where we're going. If we don't have that, we become in a state of what we term confusion. We are confused. When we are confused, what happens? Well, in drawing, that translates to this. Right? So, when I put the lines down, underneath, I'm giving us both ends of the spectrum. I'm giving us a beginning, and then now you know from the beginning which way you must travel to go to the end, because if we just have the end and nothing over here, then where do we come from and how are we going to get there? You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Okay. Oh, let me see what this is saying here. Okay. All right. All right, something's going on there. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead here and I'm going to add a little space in between here. Okay. Now let's go ahead and we're going to add our little lines in the forehead. So we'll just put a couple of little lines in here. You don't have to use a whole bunch of them. Okay. You don't have, all you have to do is kind of give them the point of it. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw the mouth. Okay. Now the mouth, because I made the nose, so I could have made this chin a little, I could have made it a little bit bigger, but I had to choose one thing to make big. You just can't make everything big. So what I did for comic effect is I'm going to make the nose come down kind of over the mouth a little bit. So it looks funnier. Okay. So I want the nose to be out here and I want the nose to appear to be back from that. So in order to do that, all I have to do is literally make it smaller than the nose, okay? So let's go ahead and make our shape. We're gonna start from this line, okay, right? And we're gonna go from eyeball underneath the nose to eyeball, okay? The nose covered up part of the mouth, you see? And then watch, one, and then watch this, two, and then under, then over, then up, then down. Okay? Then all we have to do is add a line. 1 and 2. Okay? You see? Ain't that easy? Okay. Now, let's just add a little line here for a little suggested lip. And then down here at the bottom, I'm going to put some little dots. And this will be his old man scruffle. That's right, guys. Old man scruffle. And let's add a little line here just to really emphasize that chin, right? Okay. Now, I know he has some wrinkles over here, okay? So you want to put some, we're going to put those little wrinkles in, but I'm going to show you how easy it is to do those. Okay, watch. You just do something like this here. You just go 1, 2. See? 1, 2. You don't need a lot of them. Okay? 1, 2, 1, 2. Right? And then it'll go 1, 2. Right? And we can't put none over there. Okay? Now, other than that, guys, we're done with this picture, right? All we have to do. Now, I want to add a little bit of his shoulders in there. Okay? So how do we add that into the picture? Well, let's do this. I'll show you how. Okay, I'm going to move my paper up now. Okay, watch what I do. I'm going to move my drawing up just in case, and just so you can see. Actually, I don't even need to do that because I can't put that much in there, so I'll leave it here. I'll just leave it where it was. Okay, now watch this. All right, watch. I want my collar to start about right here. So I'll draw a line there on that line, and then I'm going to wrap it around here. Okay? And then I'm going to go about halfway into the other line and bring it down again. Okay? And then I will make a dark pattern in here so it'll look 3D, right? And then we will add little lines like this. Okay, and now we want to add his shoulders, no problem. We come from this line here and here, and then we come straight down and we add shoulders. Okay, I'm gonna draw a little line, a little circle line here. And I'm just going to color in what I don't need just to make his mouth shape stand out a bit more. Okay? So right there, guys, we have a real easy picture of the old man and the mod. Okay, and hopefully you guys are able to follow along with me. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead to. I'm gonna put a little bit of shadows in it and stuff. And this is something that I use for my drawings. You don't have to if you don't want to. Your caricatures. The whole point of this was to show you an easy way to be able to get your picture on the paper. Okay. Using this little line technique. Once again, I found it to be such a lifesaver for me when I'm doing when I'm at work or whatever. I love to use it, and something I just put into my arsenal, man. So, and I've been drawing characters for a lot of years, and sometimes our ego will make us, like I used to not want to use pencils because it was more ego than anything else. It was me trying to do too much, right? I mean, the picture still came out good, but I noticed a lot of times that proportions were off, or I would make more mistakes and have to start all over again. Live, I would make a lot of mistakes. What's the word I'm looking for? Or I would make a mistake and then I would have to go back and I would have to do a cover-up thing, you know what I mean? Or it didn't come out exactly like I planned. It looked something like the guy, but if I could have did it again, I would have did it like this, right? But this kind of really cut down on the mistakes I made in life. So let's keep that in mind, guys, throughout the stream, because we're going to be talking about this later in the word of the day, about beginnings and ends. Okay, if we don't know what the purpose is, or beginning means purpose, or by design, or all of those words can translate into the word beginnings. So we don't. The lines here gave us beginnings, and now we have a point of reference from which to direct our path from. Okay, so this is what we're talking about with this, and what we're going to be talking about throughout our stream. Okay, so I'll be going through that with you. All right, so let me just go ahead and kind of give the old man some cool little glasses there. What time we got? 11:30. Okay, good. Okay. There we go. All right. I can put some more right there. There we go. Okay, and then just a little bit of, just a little something. If somebody asked me for a black and white drawing at work, this is kind of what I do. And then with this drawing technique, I can fit multiple people into the same picture. Hey guys, I hope that you enjoyed that video tutorial. If you did, don't hesitate, guys, to go ahead and give us a like. Also, guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and the notifications button. This way, when we put up new material, you'll be the first to know. If you have any questions about our markers or pens or paper, and you'd like to know where I get some of the materials that I use here on my art stream, there's a link in the description below, so you can go ahead and check that out as well. And also, guys, we'd like to welcome your questions and comments so that we can get some new ideas. It's always good to have new, fresh ideas for our next and upcoming videos. Oh, and don't forget to check out these 2 super cool videos right here. So, guys, thanks again for your love and support of our channel. You guys be safe out there. And as always, guys, I wish you happy cartooning.